Hello and welcome to Feed Yourself Well, and as promised, it's Turkey Day. So as the countdown to Thanksgiving gets closer and closer, we're going to go ahead and start preparing our turkey to go into the oven. Now, yesterday we did a quick video on how to brine the turkey and how to compose the compound butter. So the turkey came out of the brine this morning. It did overnight. I patted it dry, all inside, around the sides. Patted the turkey completely dry. Now, just underneath the skin, you want to lift your hand through there and kind of move it around and loosen up that skin, because that's where we're going to put the compound butter. So I've got some compound butter. Our herbs that are here are rosemary, marjoram, thyme, sage, and we seasoned it with kosher salt and some pepper blend to give it some flavor. This also has set overnight, so the butter is really explosive with a lot of flavor right now. Fat is a medium of pulling flavor out, so it's a great way to get a lot of flavor into our turkey. I'm going to just start with a handful, go right under the skin, and just kind of push it through, and I want it to sit underneath the skin. And I'm going to repeat this all the way through, all around the bird. I'm just going to massage it in. I want that butter pack sitting there. I'm going to do both sides, all the way down. Really get the butter into the grooves. You want it as far as you can get it, because that's going to bring a lot of flavor. And I'm just using my other hand just to help move the butter through underneath the skin. You want to also get it into the legs as well. So there's a pocket between the leg and the thigh. Stuff the butter right in there. Get it all down in. You can massage it through, but you want butter everywhere you can possibly imagine underneath the skin of the turkey, because it's just going to give flavor. Then as this butter melts, it'll start to pool in the bottom of the pan. I'm roasting on a rack and just a regular roasting pan, so the butter's going to pool, and that's going to be some of our basting butter that's going to go over the top of the turkey. So I got a little more butter to put in on this side. I want to get these legs nice and buttered on this side as well. Since we're not stuffing this turkey, we've got some cut up fruit and aromatics to go into the cavity. A couple things happen. It helps maintain the shape of the bird, and it imparts some flavor internally. Okay, so we've got butter, 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 butter. And any extra butter that you have, you're just going to smear it all over the turkey. That's our next step, is really getting this bird nice and buttery. We're not going to skimp on the sides, the legs. We're going to get the wings. And do wear gloves for this, because the butter does get sticky. All over the bird, that nice herb butter. Let's get it down on this side really well too. We want to make sure we've got this bird nice and buttered. Okay, there we go. We've got butter everywhere, all over the bird, just smeared in there. That's going to help flavor and hopefully crisp up our skin. We'll have nice crispy skin and a juicy turkey, slice by slice. Okay, so that part is done. We've got butter everywhere. I'm going to pull the gloves off for the next step. And I'm going to load in the cavity of the bird the fruit. I've got an orange, a couple slices of apple, go in. Got some sliced onion, that can go in. A couple of celery sticks, those go in there also, and just really pack them in nice and tight. Some more onion in there. We want to fill it up completely. Some more celery. It's okay if it's poking out a little bit. It's just all going to cook, and that's going to help flavor the juices that are dripping down from the turkey also. All right, so we've got all that in. I've got some kitchen twine right here that I'm going to use to tie these legs shut with. So just with a little slip knot, I'll go around and catch one leg, pull it, and then I can anchor the other string around and just pull them together so that they stay nice and tight. Over and under, and just tie it off. And I can nip that little excess string with a pair of shears, and I'm going to cut it loose before I carve it. Anyway, now the next big step is to blanket the top of the turkey with our cheesecloth. So we took a nice size, about 3 to 4 feet of cheesecloth, folded it over. In a sauce pot, I melted 1 stick of butter, a 1/4 cup of white wine, and a 1/4 cup of chicken stock together. And that's the bath that the cheesecloth has been dipped in. So I've got the cheesecloth here. It's nice and moist. And we're just going to cover the entire turkey with the cheesecloth. Now, we're going to roast this in a 350-degree oven, and we'll baste it directly through the cheesecloth about every 30 to 45 minutes. This is a 12-pound turkey. It's going to take about 2.5 to 3 hours to reach the desired temp. I don't want to rush it. I want it to take its time and really let that butter do its thing and melt through, and we'll continue to baste, and we'll come back and check and see what our turkey looks like underneath the cheesecloth. All right, we'll be back. Hey, and welcome back. Our turkey's out of the oven. This turkey roasted for just under 3 hours at 350 degrees. In fact, about halfway through, I turned it down to about 325, and then right before it came out, I turned it back to 350. I have what they call a fast oven, and it cooks really quickly, so I have to control the temperature a little bit. But I wanted to make sure that I inserted a thermometer into the thickest part of the thigh meat, and I looked for the reading to be 165 degrees. So at 165, I can pull the turkey out. It'll carry over cook for another 5-10 degrees while it's resting. So the turkey's out, and I'm going to lift it out of the roaster. Okay, if you can see, the cheesecloth has really browned up nicely. Let me get that out the way. The cheesecloth is really browned up nicely. I basted it every 30 to 45 minutes or so while it was roasting, just with the turkey baster, pulling the pan juices out of the bottom and evenly spraying it all over the turkey again as it continued to cook. So the cheesecloth has done its job, and it's cooled enough now so I can just lift it away. It's still very moist, but underneath you can see you've got a nice golden brown turkey. A few little spots, but nothing that I would say is too bad. I'll turn it around so you can see both sides. One side is really nice and a little browner than the other, but still it has that great sheen. The aroma is fantastic. It smells amazing. I'm not going to cut it today. I'll post another short video of how to carve it and set it ready, because I want it to stay like this, because I'm actually going to serve this turkey this week for Thursday. So I'm going to wrap it up super tight in some more cheesecloth and put some plastic wrap over it so it doesn't dehydrate while it's refrigerating. But I'll pull it out the refrigerator just before Thanksgiving dinner that morning, and I'm going to slice away, and I'll capture that in a short video as well. So the best way to do it is, once you undo the legs and you take the legs apart, you're going to remove the leg and the thigh portions first from both sides. Everyone likes the leg. Cut all the meat away from the thigh bone, lay it on your platter. Then, to do a really good way of doing the breast is to completely cut it along the bone all the way down and remove it as a full piece, and then slice that into portions. So we'll capture that this week. Right before we eat it, it smells so good. I want to taste it, but I'm going to be patient and actually wait. Everyone have an amazing Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. We're all social distancing for Thanksgiving this year, so we're not having a lot of family and friends, but it's still a great time to be thankful for the things that we do have. And I'll see you guys next week. Remember to turn on your notifications, subscribe, and feed yourself well. Happy Thanksgiving.